Hey everyone, hope you're all well. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to give you a quick top 10 UI design mistakes that's killing your website's conversion rate. In this video, I'll let you know exactly some common mistakes that people are making to help turn your website visitors into actual consumers. So let's dive right in. So mistake number one is a confusing navigation. Your navigation is your site's map. If users can't find what they're looking for within 3 clicks, you'll end up with a high bounce rate. And a bounce rate is really just the rate at which people are coming onto your website and then immediately clicking off. And I see this a lot. Websites with drop-downs inside drop-downs, random categories like solutions or discover that mean nothing to normal people. While the labeling is very vague, it doesn't invite users to keep exploring. When it comes to users, one thing you need to understand is they don't really want to explore, they need to find. So you want to keep your top level navigation clean. Ideally 5 to 7 main items max, and then use drop-downs to kind of add any more additional items if you need. And use clear action focused labels, like shop shoes is better than our products. Label things in plain English. And if your site has a lot of sections, add a sticky header so people can easily move around without scrolling back up. A quick test for whether or not your navigation is easy to use or not, ask someone unfamiliar with your brand to find a product or service and time how long it takes. If they pause or it takes too long, you've got a navigation issue. A clear navigation bar means instant trust and higher conversion. Mistake number 2 is poor visual hierarchy. If everything's bold and colorful, nothing stands out. Visual hierarchy is all about guiding the eye. Your visitors should instantly know what's most important, where to look first, next, and finally what to do. The most common mistake is that everything is bold, colorful, and huge. The call to action button blends right into the chaos. Instead, you want to use things like contrast, spacing, and size to create a clear scene, a clear layout as well. Whenever you are thinking about where to guide the eye, decide what's most important for you, what your main call to action is, and guide the eye there. Use size, spacing, and contrast to build flow, and remember the F pattern. People scan like they're reading in an F. So across the top and then down. Place your key content where the eyes kind of naturally go. Use headlines to make sections stand out and big and bold. Supporting text should be a lot smaller, calmer, and buttons need to stand out, not blend in. Hierarchy is just invisible design. When it's done right, users don't even notice it, they just convert automatically. The next one then is weak call to actions or CTAs. Learn more or submit, it just doesn't inspire anyone. Your call to action needs to feel like a natural next step, something small and exciting as well. So instead of submit, try get my free quote or start my trial or book my demo. Use verbs that kind of drive action, make it specific and benefit driven and visible above the fold as well. Make sure the buttons themselves are bold, high contrast and placed above the fold. And always repeat call to actions at the bottom of long pages as well. People shouldn't have to scroll back up to take the action. Clarity beats cleverness every single time. Users don't want to guess what happens after they click, so you want to make sure that you tell them with clear labeling as well. Number 4 is inconsistent in design. You'd be surprised by how many sites look like they were designed by 3 different people. Your site should look like it belongs to one brand, not 4 different freelancers. The usual problems that we see are things like inconsistencies in fonts, colors, and button styles that vary from page to page. If your brand feels inconsistent visually, users assume your service might be too. So to fix this, you want to make sure you design a system or style guide. Stick to one font family, 2 to 3 brand colors, and consistent button shapes as well. Reuse components for cohesion. And use a design system like Figma or Framer to kind of lock it in as well. Wix, for example, they have a brand palette that you can use to set the colors and the fonts from the very beginning. And if you're using a CMS like WordPress or Shopify, lock those styles into your theme so they don't get creatively adjusted sort of later. Consistency doesn't mean boring, it just means professional. Mistake number 5 is cluttered layouts. This one can be a bit difficult, but you need to make sure that you're using a lot of white space. Clutter kills a lot of conversions. If your page looks like information overload, people freeze, they don't know where to start, so they leave. White space isn't just empty space, it's breathing room. It makes important things stand out. So to fix this, you want to make sure that each section has some breathing room as well. Stick to one clear idea per section. Use grids and alignment to create balance and for clean alignment as well. And you want to remove anything that doesn't serve a clear purpose. Every section that you have, you need to think, okay, well, what is the purpose of this section? Is it to gain trust through review section? Is it to promote? Is it a promotion section to promote a new sale item or things like that? Your site should feel calm and not cramped. Mistake number 6, poor mobile optimization. This is a common one and it's very important one as well. Mobile first development is one of the most important strategies you need to implement when creating your website. Mobile first design is not optional anymore. Over 60% of web traffic happens on phones, and mobile visitors are even less patient. The main issues that usually happen are things like buttons being too small, text being too cramped, layouts breaking out into smaller sections, things like that. Users simply just tap away. So when you're designing your mobile, design with thumbs in mind. Keep buttons big and easy to tap, prioritize vertical flow, and make call to actions visible without endless scrolling as well. And test your site on real phones, not just Chrome dev tools. That will give you the best results. Mobile user experience can double your conversions or kill them instantly. Mistake number 7 is a slow loading speed. You could have the most beautiful design in the world, but if it loads slower than typical 2.5 seconds, users will never see it, they will click away. Every extra second of load time drops conversions by up to 20%, and that's brutal. So things that slow your site down are things like oversized images, too many scripts and plugins, cheap hosting. To fix it fast, you want to compress images with tools like TinyPNG or Squoosh, use lazy loading or CDN so that images only appear when needed, and you want to make sure you keep your plugins to a minimum. This is more common with WordPress websites, but even on Wix when you have the extra apps, and Shopify when you can download extra apps. The extra apps are good because they help increase the functionality, but they will also add a lot of unnecessary code. So clean up any old plugins and have a think about adding new ones before you do. Speed equals trust, so if your site feels fast, it feels reliable. Mistake number 8 is low contrast or poor readability or accessibility in general. Designers love subtlety, but users don't. If your text is light gray or white or squeezed into thin columns, people won't read it, and if they don't read it, they can't convert. Good readability isn't optional, it's usability. To fix this, you want to make sure that you test contrast with tools like WebAIM. Use font 16 pixels or higher for body text, and stick to easy to read fonts as well. If your site looks elegant but feels like effort, you've kind of lost. Mistake number 9 is ignoring user flow. This is an interesting one. It's really just understanding how users are coming across your website and then taking in the information and using it that way. Even if every page looks great on its own, if the journey between them doesn't make sense, users tend to get lost, and that's what's called the user flow, and it's the hidden backbone of conversion. What you want to do is ask yourself, what do people want to do next? If you don't guide them, they'll wander kind of aimlessly and leave. To fix this, you want to plan your user journey before you design. Plan your user flow like a story: awareness, interest, action. Use breadcrumbs or progress indicators where needed, and remove any dead ends. Always lead users to a goal, don't let them wander. Your site isn't a gallery, it's a guided path to action. Number 10 is an interesting one as well: no visual feedback. So it's very subtle, but it makes a difference. When users click a button, submit a form, or hover over something, they expect some kind of feedback. If nothing happens, they feel uncertain. Did it work? Should I click again? Is the site broken? That uncertainty kills trust, and trust is everything. To fix this, you want to make sure that you have hover buttons or loading spinners or confirmation messages and more, and not the default "thank you for submitting." You want to have something like "thanks, we'll be in touch soon." Give them an expectable kind of outcome, so "we'll be in touch within 2 to 3 working days," things like that. Those small details make your site feel alive, and alive sites convert better. If you found this video useful, have a look at your own site and take a look at see how many mistakes possibly that there are there. If you do have a couple, don't panic. Most can be fixed as well if you have got a good team behind you, or if you're using those easy to use platforms like Wix and Shopify as well. Start with your navigation and call to actions. They're the fastest wins for conversion. If you find this video helpful, hit like and subscribe. Drop a comment with your biggest design pet peeve. I might make a full breakdown on it next. And if you're interested in learning more, visit ProfileTree.com for more information. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.